Hi everyone, welcome to Camglish.com. I am Teacher Mela and let's study the book Small Group Discussion Topics for Korean Students by Jack Martyr. This book is a modern approach to fluency in English. For today, we will answer some discussion questions on Unit 25, and it's about preserving the DMZ. But before that, let's study first some usage clinic. Settle their differences. Settle their differences. She and her husband couldn't settle their differences, so they got a divorce. She and her husband couldn't settle their differences, so they got a divorce. Where stands? Where stands? I don't know where my parents stand on it yet, but I want to drop out of college and become a singer. I don't know where my parents stand on it yet, but I want to drop out of college and become a singer. Have to say. Have to say. If I have anything to say about it, my younger sister isn't going to marry that lazy guy. If I have anything to say about it, my younger sister isn't going to marry that lazy guy. And now, let's answer some discussion questions. Number 1. Do you agree that the DMZ should be preserved as natural wildlife preserve? Which of these statements best describes the way you feel? Tell why you think so. Do you agree that DMZ should be preserved as natural wildlife preserve? Which of these statements best describes the way you feel? I think it should be kept as a natural reserve for endangered species of animals and plants. Number 2. Does it bother you to think that the DMZ might be invaded by construction companies, bulldozing the land and cutting down the trees and chasing all the animals away? Does it bother you to think that the DMZ might be invaded by construction companies, bulldozing the land and cutting down the trees and chasing all the animals away? That would be a nightmare to me, and yes, it would make me sad. But of course, I will not accept it. Number 3. Where do you think the Korean citizens stand on the issue of preserving the DMZ as natural wildlife preserve? Where do you think the Korean citizens stand on the issue of preserving the DMZ as a natural wildlife preserve? I think most Koreans care about wildlife and will choose to preserve the DMZ. Number 4. What do you think about environmentalists from foreign countries getting involved in the fight to save the DMZ? Does it make you feel good, or do you think this is a matter for only the Korean people to decide? What do you think about environmentalists from foreign countries getting involved in the fight to save the DMZ? Does it make you feel good, or do you think this is a matter for only the Korean people to decide? I think this is a matter for only the Korean people to decide. Number 5. Would you describe yourself as an environmentalist or not? Do you care what happens to the world's natural resources, or do you think man should take whenever he wants and not think about the damage he is doing to nature? I can describe myself as an environmentalist because I really care about the environment. If you care about nature, what do you do in your life to show how much you care about it? If you don't care about nature, why don't you care about it? Of course, I do care about the nature because I reduce, reuse, and recycle. waste products. And also, I'm an advocate of nature. 7. What do you think about the way Korean construction companies treat the land when they develop new areas? Do they show any respect for the vegetation, or do they just rip out all the trees and plants as though nature doesn't matter? What do you think about the way Korean construction companies treat the land when they develop new areas? Do they show any respect for the vegetation, or do they just rip out all the trees and plants as though nature doesn't matter? Number 8. What do you think about the fact that Kim Jong-il is the only leader on the Korean peninsula besides Kim Young-sam to express a concern for preserving the DMZ? Doesn't that make Kim Jong-il more of an environmentalist than South Korean president? Do you think South Korean presidents care about the environment? Tell why you think so. I think South Korean presidents and North Korean presidents both care about the environment. Alright, that's the end of our lesson for today. I'm inviting you to enroll here at Camblish.com. Again, this is Teacher Mela, and I hope to see you again in our next video. Have a great day. Goodbye.